Hello everybody, I'm back. Thank you for all the subscribers on this channel thus far. I know I haven't been posting. I've been busy with family comes first, especially with health related issues, and thank you for your patience and just watching and supporting. Thank you so much. I wanted to bring up a couple of things that I've been doing for 2025. Been making these note cards and they're so cute. I think you saw them in the last video or shorts that I've been posting. I'm gonna share with you the tools that I've been using for creating these. Oh, sorry about that. For creating these wonderful greeting cards. Of course, I use my handy dandy HP printer, and it comes with this subscription service. I use my graphics, which is on my tablet here. I use a Cintiq tablet, and I also use graphic.com, the desktop version, and I also use Adobe Illustrator Suite. So Creative Suite, sorry. And those are the tools that I use to create my graphics, and these are the note cards that come from my own creation. It's from my book The Sakura, and these are cute little Sakura seasons, and they are fairy godmothers of this little girl that happens to be in my book. Her name is Mariko, and also Hana. So if you read my book, there are two characters there. One is Hana, who was the royal dancer, and she fell in love with the emperor's son, and the empress sort of disliked her because she was a commoner. She wasn't of royal blood, and it's very common in different fictional Disney movies, especially with princesses and princesses. And the kingdoms always, you know, like Maleficent and also Cinderella, you know, there's always the good versus the bad. So there's these cute little Sakura seasons, and there's sort of like, I would have to say they're kind of like fairies of the forest, and they protect the forest in each season that we have. That we usually have 4 seasons, and I named them Sakura Winter. And this card set has 2 versions of Sakura: Winter, Spring, Summer, and Fall. So this is Winter, and then this is Spring, coming up very soon in March. And there's 2 scenes of spring, Sakura Spring. Of course, cherry blossom trees are my absolute favorite, and that's why spring is my favorite, and I'm also born in April. And then there, I flip it over, and there is Summer, and she's very fiery hot, very attitude, very impatient, one of the seasons, Sakura seasons. And then there's Fall. She's very much like spring. Fall and spring are very much in between the hot and cold of the seasons. So she's very forgiving. She's, you know, she likes everyone to just calm down and hibernate. And so with Sakura Spring, she likes to liven everyone up. So there are different seasons, and we're born in different seasons. So if you have somebody that's born in winter, you can give them a winter card, or you could save it for Christmas. Or if you have somebody that's born in spring, you can give them Sakura Spring for their birthday card, or just a, you know, little hello, how are you doing, pen pal sort of thing. And if you have a friend that's born in the summertime, you can give them an invite, or, you know, a letter or a scrapbook, a card, or just, you know, everyday, every season birthday card, or any occasion, you know, like anniversary, such and such, so forth. Fall, I really love Fall because she is just so, it's just like cozy, ready for our pumpkin spice latte, ready for winter, easing off the summer season and just cooling down. I really love the concept of the Sakura seasons, one of my favorite graphics to create. And so this is how I created the PR sleeves. Packaging is always important for every product. So I always start off with winter in the front. I took this one prototype here template. It was sort of like a pocket sleeve, but I felt like it was just much, and it was just one graphic per sheet of cardstock. So I said that's a waste. I'm trying to conserve here, and that's the concept, using recycled papers and trying to conserve. I don't like to use plastic, but if I have to, I'll use plastic that is most likely better for the environment. Now this one I'm going to use, for example, it is, there's two graphics here, and I managed to print them on one sheet of paper, landscape cardstock, and so that is much better than the one print on one sheet of paper per package. So I could split this up into different color groups. The background is definitely going to be a contrasting, and then I save print ink by making this white. So instead of printing, you see there's different types of prototypes here that this one is using a lot of blue, so I decided to just cut it in half and just use a contrasting color just for the front top portion of the sleeve. I also created a soft edge here instead of a cornered. I used this tool. It's called, I don't know if you can write it down or take a screenshot of this. It's the Kadomaru Pro, and it has different types of corners. You can do a really rounded corner here, or you could do a medium, or you could do slightly curved corner here. So for example, I'm going to use this as my example. I use the more cornered one, and so I just take the corner of my cardstock and press it, and it creates that corner right there, soft curved corner. Called mitered. And so yeah, so it makes it look more professional than a edged right angle. And again, you can use different types of corners, mitered corners, and then so when you close it, it looks more professional. So that was that one, and you can see that I kind of played around with the graphic here, and I can see that this blue is too blue, and it kind of hides the white wording, and it was a little bit too wide, so I fixed it on the computer so it would be a little bit more centered, and then the Sakura was more pops out with a darker tone, teal, bluish, aqua color. But I can see that winter is disappearing with her clothing there, so I just said, oh hey, you know what, she's also disappearing. So I chose the lighter pink, and I know that when I use this lighter pink with the contrast of the blue, once I figured out the center of this, I scored the corners so I can get a really good spine, so it would fit this width of the cards. Also, like in the last video that I had explained, I also had to balance these cards out by flipping the cards so that it's like backwards, because if I had it all in one folded grouping, that this would be way too thick, and then this side would be way too thin, so it'd be kind of, you know, unbalanced. So you can see that this side is more thinner than this side, and it would create an unbalanced packaging. So I had to split it in 4 and rotate it so that it would be, you know, balanced. So I'm gonna do it like this so that you have two scenes coming on the back and the front. So winter's always first, so I said, okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this color sample here. This kind of, you know, blends. It's together, so I thought, okay, maybe I can use a different tone. And since Winter has pink accessories, I like that this complements her pink accessories, so I'm using the pink to contrast that. I folded and scored it so that the folds are exactly correct at a quarter degree, a quarter width, like a book. And then I mitered the corners here so it looks more, you know, polished. And then I centered the graphics so the Sakura Seasons brand is in the center, and it looks really amazing. Now I can just put a plain sticker here, but I decided to put a round sticker on the back side. Let me see if I have any of those samples here. So if it's gonna be for that season, I can put like a round sticker here. So I see that the white is blending with that color. So I decided to create different kinds of stickers that will have a slight color background. So this one has a little bit of a blue background color to it. And depending on when I'm going to be promoting this, I will have the indicated season of sticker for that backside. So I have, you know, different types of scenes here. So if I'm selling it I sold it for the month of May, I'll put in a spring Sakura sticker on the back. If I sold this item in winter time, then of course I'll complement it with a winter sticker on the back. So that is how I create and market my products, paper products for Sakura Seasons. And it's very important, you know, it sometimes has a failure and it has, you know, pro and con to it. So if you just keep trying and keep adjusting, and you will come up with a really great packaging for your products. And this is how this is going to be sold and delivered to my customers who go out and purchase my products. So I hope that explains and it helps everything about the Sakura Seasons and how I come up with the products. And again, I use the Kadomaru Pro for the corners. And then I also used this one. It came with a package. It came with a memory keepers. It's sort of like a laminating system. Also, it kind of it was for book binding, and so this whole set came with it. But I really love this. Maybe you can find this trim and score board, and I love it because it scores the corners perfectly, and you don't have to like fold it, and it doesn't look so unprofessional, because scoring the cardstock like this is so much better and looks more professional. So this thing in the back, it locks and unlocks. I like that. So it will compact and fold, and it will store very nicely in your cabinets, in your crafting cabinet, or wherever you want to store this. So that's how it reduces the size. Okay, so it locks, and again, it's a memory keepers. I guess it's called, once again, We Are Memory Keepers is the brand, and it's a trim and score board. It also has blades here. There's one other blade here. I guess just if you have a dull blade, it has a backup blade and it comes off like so. And there's a small little blade in the center there. So it has two blades. One is already on there, as you can see right here. And it's not as, I really don't recommend to cut this, only if you have paper, but not for cardstock. I recommend getting a heavy duty cutter. And this opens like this, so you can lock it in and then trim or, you know, cut your paper. Again, I don't recommend this for cardstock, but I really do like this for scoring. So for example, if you put your piece of cardstock right here, oops, lock it in, and then what you do is you take the scoring tool at the bottom, and it just neatly pops on, slides on out, and this, it looks like a butter knife, but it's actually not very sharp. It's very rounded, and what you do is you take the cardstock and you press over it. There's little ridges right here, and you press it, and it makes a nice, very nice fold. So, and it doesn't cut it. You don't press too hard, okay? So you take the piece of cardstock or paper and you just find the ridge and then follow the ridge down, and it makes that perfect score for your cards. And that is how you create that wonderful fold right there, so it's nice and crisp. And basically that is how I create my sleeves for my new products, greeting cards that are coming out in 2025. So everyone, have a wonderful holiday. I hope to see you soon. More tips and tricks on the art of creating PR and graphics for your products, paper products. And I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas.